Good morning. Magic is the ability to gather energy, focus energy, shape it, and send it out. Now, one of the things that is not discussed about in a lot of these classes and all these videos is power levels. You see, one of the things that needs to be discussed, and especially for those that are new to magic, is the amount of energy you collect is also very, very important. Now, I'm going to use some very bad analogies here, and that is talking about your power levels. Now, your power level talks about the amount of energy that you can put out in doing something. Since we are talking about this, I'm going to use the ever so known video from Dragonball Z. So I'll play it right now.
Now it's over 9. Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What?
Now, 9,000 was this immense power level of energy. And what we have to understand is that when you are new, you're not going to be able to pop up 9,000. No. Just like in the Dragon Ball Z storyline, Goku started out small and he had to do a lot of training, a lot of work to get his power levels up higher and higher. Well, we have to do the same thing. One of the things that they don't talk about in magic, because there's no really scientific way to discuss this, and that is you cannot be expected to be able to do these massive effect spells if you're just starting out. What I mean is, let's say you're in the desert and you're needing rain. Okay. Well, you've just learned how to do a weather mastery spell. And so you decide to set up your everything for your ritual and you cast your spell. And lo and behold, the next day you see a cloud in the sky. But that's all you see. So you think your spell failed. No. See, you can do everything right, but if you are only able to collect so much energy and you send that out, the area effect is not going to be that great. You got that cloud in the sky, that's the result of your work. You didn't fail. It's just what you were trying to do was a massive feat. And it takes a lot of energy to do that. You are unable at this time to create that much energy. But let's just say somebody with a higher level of experience, knowledge, casts that same weather mastery spell. Because they are able to produce more energy and how they are better at channeling and focusing it, this could be the result. Okay, they succeeded in doing the same spell that you succeeded in. The only difference is the amount of energy that they were able to channel in doing it. So, we need to have a representation here to explain the situation. Let's use some bad analogies and some images here to help you out. Your goal on this spell is to boil a pot of water. Okay? If you can get it to boil, your spell succeeded. All you have to do is put out enough energy. If you are a level 1, just starting out person, you are a match. Okay, so you're lit, you got fire, you're putting out some energy, but you only last a few seconds and then you're gone. Done. Okay? There's no way you can boil a pot of water, right? Correct. Well, as you experience things and you learn things, you get more power and more energy. You're able to last longer. So you went from a match to a lighter. Okay, now with a lighter, you can stay lit longer, but it takes effort. You constantly got to keep your finger on that button, right? Well, you're constantly focusing and working and trying to gather every little bit of energy that you can. But you're still not going to be able to boil that pot of water. So you're not going to get the results that you were hoping for. Next level up would be like a candle. Now, with a candle, you are able to be lit, you are putting out heat, you are putting out energy, and you don't have to try as hard. And you might get the water warm, but you will not get the water to boil. So you will not succeed in that aspect. Okay, now let's say you're getting a little bit more experienced. Now you're a torch. You're a propane torch. Okay? You are able to put out more intense energy. You are able to focus it and deliver it. And you will be able to light up and warm up to get that pot of water boiling. It'll take you some time, but you can do it. Okay. So, we're working harder. We're learning more. We're learning how to focus, how to ground and center. And now you are a torch, a good old wooden torch. And you put that underneath the water, yes, you will get that pot boiling, and your spells will succeed. And it doesn't take as long as the propane torch. Okay, are you understanding this? We have to put out more energy to make things succeed. It increases our ability to succeed. So, you're a torch, and you're learning more, you're practicing. It's been a few years into the craft, and now you are a campfire. And obviously, we all know that a campfire can get a pot of water boiling, you get the fire rolling underneath that, you get everything going, you succeed. And you can do this every time. Okay? And the final one, this is for, when you have mastery of your skills, you understand everything. You are at a point where you are a sage, a crone, and you are able to teach others and all that. You're a bonfire. I mean, yes, you can boil water, you can cook steak, you can do anything and everything. You can keep people warm. You radiate heat and energy all around you. And that is the goal. Okay? So, I know that analogy is bad, but that is the best way to explain your energy levels here. Now, we cannot give spells certain standards. We can't say, well, that's a level 3 love spell. No. But we gotta picture what we're wanting and to our ability. It's personal judgment. Let's say you're wanting to do a love spell and you're just starting out. And again, you did everything right. You channeled, you focused, and all that. But because you are just a little lighter, you only sent out just this little bit of energy out towards this person that you are interested in. And he didn't come to you, infatuated in love with you. There might have been the day that he came over and he had a good thought about you, a pleasant thought. He said hi or whatever. The spell succeeded, But it couldn't do any more than that because there was only so much energy into it. One last analogy I want to use here, and I'm going to use cars. Now, we cannot be expected to just learn a spell from a book and then go out and practice it, do it one time, and expect success. Okay, we have to be able to understand the spell, understand the mechanics. We need to be able to ground center, focus. We have to have everything right. And this takes time and experience. Because we cannot buy a Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle, and expect it to be in the Indianapolis 500. It'd be a laughing stock. But that's exactly what so many people are trying to do, and they get disheartened because they think that their spells are failing, and they're not. Okay? You have got to get better through experience. Start small. The little Beetle doesn't stand a chance against some of these stock cars. But, if you were, racing down the local streets, with your friends and all that, you might win because you're doing small. And as your car gets better and you understand the car, you understand how it works, its rhythms, its balance, you get better and you win races. And then, who knows, your next car might be a Ford Mustang. More power, better streamlining, and, there you go. You learn that car. You get better. You're able to win more races. Okay? That's the way it is. Do not expect yourself to be able to cast all these massive spells in your first couple of years of working with magic. It's not going to work. You're not failing. It's just you're not harnessing and using enough energy to get the results that you were hoping to get. I hope that you remember this and hope you learn this. Okay? So I think I rambled on long enough about this. Everybody take care. Be at peace. Well, I wanted to share a little bit of my personal experiences with you since we're talking about energy. How did I learn about energy harnessing and such? When I was a young boy, I got into my dad's footlocker that he had in the basement. He had occult books in there. And I read a couple books by the Frosts and such, and they were talking about creating ball energy. And that's how I learned. And it took a while. And what you need to do is you take your two hands together and you cup your hands. Slight cup like this. Okay. And you put them where they are above each other, but they do not touch. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And what I've learned is that when you're having your hands like this, what you try to do is have the tip of your middle finger above this part right here of the other hand. You'll have some veins here, and it just seems to me that's kind of like the maximum power return. Okay, but anyway, you put your hands like this, and where they're not touching, but you start feeling like a feedback warmth, and you hold this together, and you close your eyes, and you start picturing it in your mind. Visualization is important. And you can give the energy a color, and you watch it spin. Now, as for me, I of course do blue, and I have the energy spin in my hand, spin constantly, and you can just feel it growing in strength. And you can pull your hands apart and put them back. Pull and back. And you picture the energies growing and contracting. And this is one of the ways that I learned. Now, when you create your spell and you're wanting to send out the energy, What you would do then is first talk about the energy here. It's very important that you visualize it, you put words into it, because as you give words to it, you are giving it definition. This is part of focusing and shaping. And you want to use words that are you. You want to make this a part of you. After all, it is your energy. Then you would speak what you want, what your desired result is, and then you would close the spell. Now, as I was taught, I'm going to make a one for me. With this ball of energy that I create, it comes from the essence of my soul and the fire in my heart. As I send it out, I wish it to bring warmer weather to those who need it. This is what I ask, and this is the way it shall be, for I am Blue Sage Dragon, so mote it be. Putting your hands out is your release. And you keep your hands out for a long time. As you do this, you'll feel like energy is being broadcasted out of both hands, and you send it to the direction that you want it. Okay? There are people that are cold out there. I want them to be warmer. That's my request. And it is that simple. But it takes time and practice to achieve it. All right, so everybody, take care. Be at peace.